Mauricio Mejia Live. Entertainment guru, Silicon Valley entrepreneur, author, and speaker. It's Mauricio Mejia Live. Bringing to you real people, real day-to-day life experiences, and real business opportunities. If you dare to step up. Do you have what it takes to take it to the next level and become who you are truly destined to become? Decide, commit, execute. Join the thousands of viewers around the world and become a part of the conversation. Mauricio Mejia Live.
Oh, yes. Check, 1, 2. Woo! That's how we do it. That's how we do it. We're getting ready, and we are live. What's up, everybody? It is Mauricio Mejia Live. Season number 2, episode number 23. Damn. Can you imagine? We're on season 2 now. The season 1 had 30 episodes, and now we're on season 2, and this one has 23 episodes. Anyways, I want to welcome everybody for joining us this evening. It is Mauricio Mejia Live broadcasting 6 p.m. on the West Coast and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Got to say what's up before I forget to my boy, DJ Lex in the house, watching from Miami. I got the Ya Tu Sabes t-shirt in the mail. Thank you very much, my brother. Much love. And look forward to coming back to Miami and catching up again, guys. For those who didn't see it, Ya Tu Sabes. That's right, baby. Representing the East Coast, baby. Miami, New York. Let's do it here in Cali. Anyways, I want to welcome everyone tonight. I'm excited. There's a lot of reasons why I'm excited, actually. Today's just been a crazy day, even though I started off in a funky mood this week. Monday, I was just recovering just from working 7 days a week, nonstop. And, you know, the weekends are supposed to be for breaks. Well, technically, they should be, but I decided to be such a badass. I had my friend's birthday party on Saturday, and you know, I love my boy, but, you know, drinking and staying out late just doesn't work with me like it used to. And then on Sunday, I wanted to be superhero here, and I decided I wanted to go sailing and not boating, sailing. So sailing is a whole different skill. And that was in itself an experience. Loved it. But I think I crashed and burned on Tuesday morning. I could not get out of bed. Just because I just was tired, my body mentally exhausted, and just my body was just super exhausted. But made it happen, and then recovered. Finally, just pulled it together. And then Wednesday came here, got a bunch of great deals on the plate. Had a super great meeting, lunch today with my boy Ricky Cucalon, who's my business partner in my 5th Lane venture, which is we're working on trading with foreign exchange, crypto, and stocks. We got a lot of other big things that are in the works. We have my boy David Artola, entrepreneur, Salvadorian in the house, showed up, and we got to talk business, and we put some stuff on the map here that looks like it's going to be very promising. So, anyways, we do this every Wednesday. Why? Because I'm crazy. No. I do it because, you know what? I want to share stories with a bunch of great people. I want to share their stories as well, because I think it's important that we share the entrepreneur life, or of what does it take, you know. And again, we're broadcasting on 3 different platforms. We're doing Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Twitch. We do it on Twitch, and we do get people that watch on Twitch. So thank you very much to the people that are watching on Twitch. Let me jump into the comments section here, and as we get people to jump on. But again, you know, we're doing it on 3 platforms. We're broadcasting live from our downtown San Jose, heart of Silicon Valley headquarters. That's right. We're here in Silicon Valley, and we do it again every Wednesday. It's how we do it. Mauricio Mejia Live. So it is my pleasure tonight, because I know I can keep rambling and chatting and keep it whoop whoop all the way through. It is my pleasure tonight, not only to be bringing on this boss lady on the show tonight, but we're going to talk about the story and just the fact that how she, you know, how I made an impact, I guess, in her life, and also how she's been following my career and goes back to early 2000s. I mean, we're 2021, and she got to share some real great stuff. They're really just like, man, it really, people are watching. And people are paying attention to what some of us leaders do, or some of us business entrepreneurs are doing, or just people in general. You know, people are watching out there. So, and it's a good thing. You know, It just is. So I want to talk a little bit about Jacqueline Hernandez. That's right. She's the guest coming up. She's a CEO. She's got her own business, her own consulting business, and it's called Jacqueline Hernandez and Company. So that's some real player stuff right there. Jacqueline Hernandez and Co. and Company. She covers a whole variety of different stuff and a little bit of a couple things that she does. She's a business strategist, so a business strategist consultant. So all the other boss ladies and entrepreneurs out there that are maybe looking for a little consulting or a different perspective, you definitely want to watch tonight and reach out as well. We're going to put up her contact information, which encompasses human resources, corporate training, public communication, and she's also an executive director of a group that I just recently started following called M3 Linked, and that is a pretty interesting. It's like business dating on steroids, and it's like the business dating. You meet other entrepreneurs, but it's like quick. You gotta it's like a quick pitch, blah blah blah, and then you move on to the next. Not that I've ever done speed dating, but I'm assuming that what it was like. So that's what I called it. It came to my mind, and I called it business speed dating. So without further delay, I want to bring on the boss lady herself, Jacqueline Hernandez. What's up? How are you?
Hi. Hey, Silicon Valley, all the way to Miami. How are you doing?
Hey, from the East Coast to the West Coast and all around the world, we're broadcasting live here in Silicon Valley. So
awesome. Well, I am so delighted to be on here. And again, it's such a great honor to just, be able to be here with you tonight, Mauricio. And again, I have to highlight off of what you said. I definitely am a huge, huge fan of your success. And I'm just so happy to be on tonight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And you caught me off by surprise too. When we I don't want to say reconnected, because we've been friends for a long time. On social media, and then when the conversation came about, and you invited me to the program where you're the executive director, the M3 Linked. It was really, and when we've just kind of had a story, and you started to share with me some of the things that of my past, I was like, hey. It was kind of scary there for a minute, because you knew a lot of things about me that I had already forgotten, but we won't go there. but it was just I just appreciate the fact that you were able to give me a flashback and from the past to where I am currently in, and that was really refreshing, because I appreciate that, and I appreciated your perspective on it, and I think that's where we really kicked it off, and in a short period of time of reconnecting, I think that we've done some pretty big jumps, and I think that the future looks very promising for the things that we're going to be working on together. And I'm
excited,
and I'm excited. So I feed off of your energy, because and we're going to talk about that, because I got to tell you guys, everyone that's watching out there, she introduced me on to her show as a guest, and after her introduction, I was just like, well, what else is there to talk and cover? Because your energy was just so off the charts, and I understand why. I mean, you got an important role in the group that you're dealing with. You're dealing with a lot of entrepreneurs, and I'm gonna let you talk about that. But I just again appreciated the fact that I had that opportunity. So again, excuse me, welcome tonight. I know that I know what an amazing businesswoman you are, and I'm excited to showcase that to my audience tonight. So let's start from the beginning, and let's get, how did you get started
in entrepreneurship? Well,
let's start from when you were a little girl. Then just your journey in life, because we're entrepreneurship is let's start from there. When was that entrepreneurship switch turned on in your life, and where has it gotten you? And give us a little journey.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it really helps, obviously, growing up here in the Silicon Valley. I know I could speak for you as well. Like when we were growing up, there was more orchard fields instead of data fields out here. So, we got to really experience, how this area completely evolved to becoming the Silicon Valley of the entire world. So definitely being able to see that. And what you said is people are always watching. And I think that's really important to entrepreneurship and really moving forward with innovative ideas, because it's one thing to have innovative ideas, but It's another thing to be able to manifest where you want that desire and those dreams and those solutions to go, right?
Correct.
And so in watching you, just like Mauricio had said, you know, constantly there's people that you look to that are people that are pillars in your life that you either aspire to be like, you're achieving to accomplish what they're doing, or you're aspiring to have that skill set that they have and maybe put your own spin on it, right? And entrepreneurship is innovation, right? So anything that we're doing as entrepreneurs is about finding that solution for the market space that's out there right now and bringing and you know, really putting a need solution into that need, right? And so again, following the track record of Mr. Mauricio Mejia live, you know, it's definitely been a great opportunity to see what he's been able to accomplish up front. And, you know, the biggest thing for me is to be able to see an entrepreneur not just make it big, but, you know, sometimes life events come in when we least expect it, right?
Yeah, and absolutely.
Whether that life event is, you know, maybe a divorce or a partnership gone bad or whatever the case may be, and you've achieved this success, but then you have to like kind of push yourself away from that success table and start all over again, you know? And so for entrepreneurs, this is what I found to be a reality, is that they're resilient. People that can get up in the face of that and keep on truck it and spin that innovation in a different direction and go, you know, just like a chameleon and be able to get back up and say, hey, this was a setback for a setup and we're about to do this, you know? And that is what speaks volumes in the entrepreneurship and ownership that I've seen in your walk through your journey.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, because it hasn't been an easy journey. You know, I've shared with people that I started when I was 15 years old. To this day, I've had maybe 2 jobs in my life, and there never been jobs that I kept longer than 30 days, because I just knew in my mind, I knew I had a bigger purpose and a bigger drive than to be an employee for somebody. Now, don't get me wrong, being an employee is okay for some, and for some is not. And for me, you know, and I am an employee of my own companies, you know, so I'm working for myself, but to take direction from others it was very difficult. I mean, even because I didn't grow up with that kind of structure, so I always knew that I wanted to do big things. And being an entrepreneur starting at a young age it was what taught me and gave me a lot of character. Why? Because you talk about resilience, you know, you crash and burn a lot more than you get to enjoy the successes. You know, I'm like, it looks good right now because you're seeing the highlights. You know, people that see social media, you're only seeing the highlight, a quick, you know, 15-second highlight, but you don't really see what's the back end of what does it take to keep 4 walls up, you know, to keep a building, a business going. It takes maintenance. It takes a lot of consistency. No different than, you know, living in your home. You know, if you don't take care of your home, it becomes a mess. So you got to always continuously clean up after yourself, or clean up in your house, maintain the house. If not, it falls to pieces. So no different than a business. So it's been a journey. So again, I appreciate the fact that you know, when we had the conversation, I mean, I'm like, we went back to like 2004, back in the, you know, well, we as far back to the vault days when I was in the club business, and we'll stop at that. But it's just, again, it's been an interesting journey, and I love every minute of it. Sometimes, you know, I like this week, you know, I shared in the beginning of the show, it was crazy because you don't know sometimes how much you're burning the candle on both ends until your body just says, all right, dude, you're done. You got to take a time out. And I'm like, no, because mentally I'm fighting it, but my body's like, no. My mind's like, keep going. And some, you know, they say mind is mind over matter, but the body is just saying, no, you're gonna lay down and you're gonna rest. And I took half a mental day yesterday just to kind of regroup myself, and boom, I came out because I had to. I tell people there's a lot of people that depend on what I do in my part of the companies, because they have families. They're relying on my daily movement forward. So And you know that. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of entrepreneurs now. I mean, share with us some of the stuff that you've done in the past, because you got a nice. In my questions tonight, I've kind of focused on the M3 link because that's what you're currently doing. But share with us some of the things that you worked with in leadership and human resources and in developing, because you've also been in the position to develop leaders and in leadership.
Yeah, no, definitely. Leadership to me, I just feel like it's so important. A lot of times as innovators and as coaches, and people that are really entrepreneuring the pavement, right? Sometimes we forget that there needs to be that leadership in place and how important it really is, right?
Yes.
So yeah, no, definitely. And I know that you definitely get that, because it speaks volume when I go to your office and I see the leadership just on full display in your office, and the way that everybody functions together and everything's just going seamlessly. That is what entrepreneurship is, and that is speaking to the leadership, right? Yeah. So my past roles in leadership, I've had so many different roles to where that have constantly evolved us to who we are today, and the skill sets and the tools that we pack in our tool belt, right? But in the very beginning, I got the opportunity to work with a network marketing company. I started out in real estate. And don't get me wrong, when I was in my very early 20s, I did work a 9 to 5. But I was
that was just a few years ago, because I don't think you've aged them in here, and we haven't even gotten into your family. Like, once we start sharing, like, really, you're like, what? Like, you got like that Forever 21 look. So I don't know about all that. So I'm just saying. Look, I'm blushing for you right now. So
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. But yeah, so just being able to look into real estate and what I was able to do with real estate, and really just capture the market in regards to tips and skill sets that I could provide to train other people within our real estate department. And I got really good at training and creating content. And that was like kind of where the beginning of me being able to strategize for companies and be able to go into a company, assess the situation and say, oh, we got holes in this ship big time. We need to plug this. We need to restructure this ship. Yeah. And this is what needs to happen. So yeah, just being able to do that.
Well, and we're definitely gonna, I got to share with you my 5 lanes. I shared with you the what I'm doing and each one, and I think I found a place for you in the organization here. And I was just talking about you yesterday with a friend of mine and someone that I'm looking forward to working with. Her name is Jamie Ariola, and she has a company called Jamie Activates, and we got to mastermind and brainstorm some ideas. And I work closely with Stedman, and I told her, I said, Stedman and I are working on a project at Zoom, and I'd love for you to be a part of the team. Why? Because of her skill set, the way she knows how to communicate. Teaching is very difficult. It's not easy. Especially, I mean, imagine. So I feel for teachers, because teachers you gotta teach and educate a curriculum, and imagine doing that every day for your career, for the rest of your life. I mean, that's that. So much love, and I'm proud of all the people that are out there that are in the education world. So I said, hey, I shared with her. I said, I think I have the second person that's going to be a great teammate here. And I invited her to come join us tonight, and I hope she's out there watching. I shared with her, I said, Jacqueline Hernandez is her name, and I said she's got an amazing vibe, amazing energy, and I think that it would bring balance to what I call a 3-legged table now. So it would be us 3, and then obviously Stedman is the star of the show, and we're we're like the supporting actors to the superstar, right? So we got to make it happen. Right. So I come in, I'm the hype guy. You're the hype lady, and then we have the educator, right? Because we balance off of each other, and we just make things happen. So I'm looking forward to bringing that team together and us growing and doing things on a whole different level. But again, going back to just it just takes a team. It takes resilience. It takes consistency. And it also it's a skill to be able to build a team and create what you've done. So I'm looking forward to you working with me and Ricky Cucalon too, who you've met. And Ricky's off. Hey, Ricky said that he goes. I don't know if she's ready to join the team, man.
Oh, I don't think Ricky's ready for me. Yeah,
Ricky,
I see you in the comments, Ricky. Let's do this.
Hey, if Ricky's watching right now, there you go, Ricky. You just got called out because he's like, oh, she might want to go swim with the dolphins and not swim with the sharks. And I was like, ooh, man.
Well, don't the dolphins beat the sharks up?
There we go. There we go. All right, Ricky's now jumping in. He's commenting. Ricky, we got love for you, my brother. We're going to build an amazing team and an organization. And Jacqueline, I want you to be a part of that as well as we grow. And because I want that leadership here. I can only do so much, and I'm only as good as the team. And this goes back to what you're doing right now for the company that you're working with. All right, we're gonna working with M3 Linked. You brought me on that, and it was a kind of interesting. First of all, I love. Look, there goes Ricky. He put the dolphins right there on the little comments. He's calling. Hey,
I'll own that.
Hey, Ricky, she's owning it. She's a dolphin, bro. She says she beats the sharks up. So we got to rethink our strategy here because we're thinking that the dolphin's weak. So. All right,
I don't know. Eric's saying something different. So
there you go. It takes a pot of dolphins to take down. All right, there you go. So Eric,
I'm a pot of dolphins. All right.
We got another entrepreneur on here that I got to introduce you to. Eric Wiederman got an amazing business called the Red Light Day Spa, which is red. What is it called? LED therapy, red light. Ooh. LED therapy. So I've been doing it. That's why my skin looks so nice and young and fresh. And so
me and Eric are going to become new best friends.
There you go. There you go. Hey, we got someone on the team, Eric. So let's make sure we follow up on that. But going back to what you do with M3 Linked, is it active in the community right now? And what is M3? Give us a little background on M3 Linked, because I know what it is. People down here don't know what it is.
So M3 Linked is definitely a new age of networking, right? So how many of you guys right now that are listening, I mean, just by a show of comments right now, how many of you guys believe that networking is powerful and can literally move the needle in your business at any phase of business that you're in?
There you go.
You guys can put in the comments if you guys agree with that, because definitely networking is definitely going to get you to where you want to go. I know for me, I've been living in the Silicon Valley, and here I'm going to throw in something personal. I, as a mom of five kids, right? And being an entrepreneur, we have never gone starving as self-employed. So I could tell you, being able to navigate and network on a whole nother level. And a lot of people think that, they cut themselves short when it comes to networking, or they think that it's important, but these other things that I'm doing, those are more important. But for me, I've definitely have navigated through entrepreneurship, through networking, and really made that a big theme in my life. So networking is big. So what is M3 Linked?
Oh, here we go. Give your pitch. I love it, but you got to give it like the energy that you do. So give us the M3 Linked energy and give us the elevator pitch. Here you go. You got 60 seconds.
Well, I'm gonna pull a Mauricio. 60 seconds just ain't enough.
There you go. There, I need a whole hour to talk about me and everything I do.
Yes, I love what Eric said in the comments. It's not what you know. It's who you know and who knows you. Oh,
powerful. Boom.
Yes, Eric, that is where it's at, right? So what we do is we open up a room. And when I say we open up a room, I want you to think of Zoom, but then I want you to think of Zoom like on massive steroids, okay? Yes. You walk into this room, you're literally in a room, and you get to jump from table to table. You get to pull up presentations. You go in private discussions. It's like you feel like you're really in the event, right, Mauricio?
That's right. And actually, so I'm like, I'm in a room and I get to jump around from table. I get to table hop, and then you even have a little bar or a little coffee station, and then you have the stage. I'm like, oh man, this is kind of dope. I like the setup. It was like, considering that we just got out of, well, I don't want to say we're out of, because it just looks like things are resurging. But anyways, the pandemic, the 2020 craziness, the whole shelter in place, it has to have been difficult to, one, start in the middle of that. Two, it was cool because they adapted and they made the software and programming, and Zoom became off the charts. It just everything came together, and you just feel like you're actually sitting in an auditorium on that software. So we're definitely gonna have to invite some people in here, so that to come and speak at your event. I mean, on your program. So
yeah, no, definitely. So what you basically, there is a format, there is an agenda, right? And the agenda is to basically, the first 30 minutes, you come into the room, you get to jump from table to table, make your introductions, really make yourself stand out, right? Why are you there? Make those introductions and, extract, the information from other people. Like, who are you? Where are you from? How are you doing business right now? Things like that. That's the first 30 minutes. Then we go into what we call the presentation mode. And that's what Mauricio's talking about. You get 60 seconds on my virtual stage. But check this out. You are going to, before you come onto my stage, my virtual stage, you will be getting a red carpet introduction.
That's right. That's
you will be getting a red carpet introduction so well that you're going to be looking around your virtual living room and be like, who is she talking about? I want to meet that person.
That's right. That's how I felt. I was like, whoa, like, are you talking about me? Like, oh shit. And I'm like, I really want to stand up and hope that the whole audience can see me. And I'm like, oh man, I'm in a virtual room here. I better relax here. I'm like, yeah. But
so you get your 60 seconds, and then once you've heard all the other participants in the room and you heard their 60 seconds, now this is time for you to boss up as a networker. You're going to go back into that breakout session, and now you know who's in that room, you know what real estate is in that room, and now you know who to, as we should say, shark it to the blood, right?
Right.
Now you know where to swim.
You smell blood in the water. You're like, oh, I got it. Boom. And really, it's the entrepreneur in us, right? It's our sensors. We know what we're going after. We know what we're looking for, and we know what to go after. So, that way we and again, this is a like business speed dating. It's sniper. That's the only way I think of it. It's just very narrow, and I mean narrow meaning just focused to the point. And it just seems that you run yourself that way. You get straight to the point. Every time we've had a discussion, it's always been boom, 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 which I love because I love to have short conversation versus the long story conversation, which is cool. People want to tell stories, they want to be heard, and I get it. I listen, but at the same time, I like to. And this was a great point actually that was pointed out when I had my meeting yesterday with Jamie. She says, You're the kind of person that likes the short version versus the long version. I'm like, yes, exactly. I like I like facts after fact after fact. Why? Because it just cuts the story down, and because we're running on such a high frequency, speed as well. Which, by the way, sometimes I really got to slow down. Today, I didn't realize that I had such a great opportunity that was shared with me a couple of weeks ago, and I decided that I was like, whoa, like that idea. There's one of my partners, her daughter is doing it's called a Silicon Valley pop-up. And I was like, oh, that's a cool name. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute, that's a real dope name, Silicon Valley pop-ups. And we're supposed to be doing an event in 2 weeks. I'm like, what? I'm like, how come I didn't know? They're like, yeah, we told you like a month ago. Or I'm like, really? You guys told me that? I'm like, so they just made me realize I got to slow down as well. Because sometimes when we're going so fast, we're not paying attention to some potentially gems. So I was like, hey, I want to mentor your daughter. I want to be on this. Now I want to cannibalize the idea, right? I'm like, oh, wait, that's going to be my idea, our idea now. It's going to be, I'm going to mentor you, and then we're going to, and we got the financing in line and blah, blah, blah. But anyways, it just became, it was just such a great opportunity if you just slow down and listen. And I'm guilty of it. So I said, hey, I'm sorry that I was going so fast, but now I got it. I'm in. You got my full support. Now let's take it to the next level, because for me, I don't believe in things doing it on a small scale. And you know that, you've seen it. You've been here to the office.
Doing anything small scale? Oh no.
No. Hey, it's either
He's
go
not
big,
attaching his name to it if it's small scale.
go big or go home. That's just the bottom line. That's just the way we got to do it. So, anyway, so I guess again, it just, with all the different things that I'm working on, whether it's this my staffing business, whether it's my development company, whether it's Punch King, and I'm working with the owner of Bump Box on potentially doing a Bump Box here in San Jose, or it's Latin Live, or it's the Fifth Lane. I mean, there's just so much stuff, and so on and so on. I'm like, all right, no more projects, no more. But then the next project comes around, I'm like, ooh, that's a good project. I feel like I just become a deal junkie here. Like I'm like, but anyways, but I liked what I experienced in M3 Linked. I liked the opportunity. I mean, I gotta say thank you, man. You exposed me, Jacqueline, to a group of billionaires. That seriously, that's my trajectory. And it's not because I need that for my ego or for anything. It's because I've shared with you, for me to have the resources on a grand scale so that I can turn around and give it back to the world, to those that need it, and I mean, need it in a way that we can make it constructive, not just give it away just to give it away, but really make a bigger impact on this world. Because I as a kid, we hear and it seems like it's just a redundant. It's just repeating itself. Oh, the world is a cruel place. The world is a cruel place. And then as we get older, we're like, fuck, the world it is a cruel place, and people are sometimes can be real ugly, and I don't mean physically ugly. I mean verbally ugly, and just their demeanor and just the way they break things down. I mean, what we're seeing today is just a repeat of history. It's just magnified more because we have social media. So if anything, social media is the danger. But at the same time, it's like a catch-22, or it's a double-edged sword. You have, we can do great things like this show. We're live on a platform. We're around the world. We're on 3 different platforms right now, 4 different channels. This is going to sit live for the rest of our lives. And again, we have to really just be able to kind of flush it out and just kind of just navigate through this crazy world and while we're here on this planet. So that's why I always feel that when we do things, we got to do it big. Why? Because we only live once, Jacqueline. We only live once. I'm gonna live to 100, but right now I got to live today, and I gotta step by step. So when I tell people that I want to be a part of the Billionaires Club, it's not because I need it, because I'm happy with what I have in my life. I love wearing my t-shirts, my jeans, my rosary. I got, but I like to give back because it makes me feel, it makes me feel whole and good inside. And so the fact that you were able to expose me to a group that I'm looking forward. They've sent me the date already. We're waiting for the date to be on their podcast. Yeah. And really what they were impressed with is the story, the journey, because success, and this was taught to me by one of my mentors, Frank Yim, who I love very much as a friend, as a mentor. And he's from Shanghai, China, or from Hong Kong, actually. I take that back, from Hong Kong. Very talented human being and very giving and very just open. And he said to me one day, he goes, Mauricio, success is not a destination, it's a journey. And when
so true.
And when he said that, it resonated in my, it hit my core, and it just made me reflect that, holy man, this is life. Success is a journey, and we have to enjoy it, the good and the bad and the ugly.
And embrace it.
We gotta love it. You gotta love it and respect it. Because if you don't, it can either become more gentler, or it can get real ugly, and you can get caught in a tailspin of just some craziness. So for me, entrepreneurship, it's just a crazy journey, and success. So anyway, I could keep going on and on. I can make this about the Mauricio Me show, but it's about you, And really, I want to inspire and aspire. By the way, my guest or my Pepitos Paletas have been delivered already. So Nancy Rosales, you got a free plug earlier, girl. She's another boss lady. Oh my God, I got to get you guys connected. Nancy Rosales is an entrepreneur out of San Francisco, and she does a lot of amazing things. So, anyways,
I would love to meet her. We'd love to get her on the M3 Link platform.
Hey, we're gonna have to. She's got an amazing story, and she's definitely a big boss lady out of San Francisco. So I'm excited that she's here. She's in the background right now. Now I got a live audience in here. So
hi, Nancy.
Anyways, yeah, no. So aside from that, and business and your consulting and all the different things that you have going on, share with us a little bit about your life, because I know you're not solo cholo over there. You got children, and share with us what's share a little bit of that side with us.
Yeah, so I have so it's so funny that you
hold on
21.
Yes. Oh my God, you're about to. People are here not even going to believe you when you say it.
So I am a grandmother. My granddaughter is going to be 1 year old next month. So my son, his wife, their family, they live out in Texas. So it's so funny that we're talking about entrepreneurship and, really being a mom and running all these different projects and different shows, right? You really have to have your head on straight and really have a lot of balance in life, right? So I have 5 kids, as I mentioned earlier.
Whoa, hold on. 5? How when you're like looking like you're 21? Now, what did you do?
So I have 5 kids, so 2 of which are adults, but then I have 3 small children. They must have been good, because they must have never snuck out of the house. They didn't give you no grades, because I'm serious. No, they didn't. They were amazing.
All 5? I mean, like, really? Like,
yeah, all 5. No, but you know what? Here's the best part about it, Mauricio.
They need to do a research on you, because they need to find what gene you had in you that made those kids off the hook. Because 5 kids and you look amazing. Your energy's like you're like a teenager. I mean, hey, Jacqueline, good job.
They keep it fun. But you know what? I have learned so much from my own children, and everything that I've accomplished, and the resilience and the keep pushing forward and get up and dust yourself off. I mean, that was all for my kids. For a big portion of their lives, I was a single mom and really pushing that entrepreneurship ball over the hill, But the best part about that journey, and we talk about journeys, was I was able to take all 5 of my kids have been a very big part of my journey and my success. They've gone with me to projects, filming projects. They've been a part of editing processes, talk shows, things like that. All my interviews. So they get to really see a first upfront view on what entrepreneurship is, but to never take a sick day, to really just work and really have a strategic plan in place to get there, because failure is waiting for you right around the corner if you don't have a plan in place for that plan in place, That's
right. And the next problem is always around the corner. We always know that.
So anticipating those challenges, like if you aren't anticipating and embracing those challenges, you're not looking to be innovative. You're not looking to adapt. And because everything about entrepreneurship is to really adapt to culture that's happening, the era that's happening right here, right now. I mean, think about the pandemic. How many people weren't able to make that pivot quickly to catch their businesses,
Yes, absolutely. Or pivot, just period, just pivot. I mean, they got stuck in the rut. They fell into the trap. They fell into that into that trap. And what did we do as entrepreneurs? We're like, wait a minute. The first 2 weeks when they did the shutdown, I was like, okay, I can handle 2 weeks. It's like a 2 little week vacation. But then they said, oh, it's another 2 weeks. I'm like, whoa, time out. Now we got to really.
You were waiting 2 weeks to think about pivoting. You were 2 weeks too late.
That's right. So what did I do on my first 2 weeks? I had just published my book, Smoke and Mirrors, and I was like, well, it's 10 chapters, Monday through Friday. That's 5. I'm gonna do Smoke and Mirrors. I'm gonna read a chapter a day, and I'm gonna talk about it since that was my launch for 2 weeks. You're right. I had to pivot really quick, because I'm like, if not, I'm gonna go crazy in my house, for 2 weeks, because we can't go out anywhere. And so I pivoted. Entrepreneurship skills kicked in right away, and what was happening, part of the world was falling apart because they didn't know what the hell to do. And then the other part was like, oh shit, we got to figure out, how do we do this? How do we make it happen? What's the next step? And that's what we did. We make it happen. So
I love what Jamie says right here in the comment box. She's like, what does it say? Parenthood is good training for life. And it really is a good training for life.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally helps you solve problems on the fly, and really and that's also a leadership skill as well. If you're able to lead your children to be able to help them solve their problems without, really, how would you say, stunting their growth, I guess, in a sense, but really teaching them to be people that are going to be able to problem solve in their lives, and just to speak, being an entrepreneur doesn't mean your life stops in the back end. Your kids are put on hold. No, like I have video coverage where I'm doing a full on training via internet. And I'm right here, but my daughter, I have a stand-up desk right here, but my 7-year-old's like literally on my feet coloring, and and she just loves being around what we're doing, And so train them young, teach them that to go and grab the world by the balls and go for your goals, Like that's one thing that my children have always seen is like, whatever you want to do in your life, you are the maker of that, and you can go out and do that,
That's right.
And so to speak on entrepreneurship again, like today I did a forum. I have all my meetings. We're doing a business deal, Mauricio, we're doing all these things going on. But literally last night I was on a plane to Texas.
That's right.
10-year-old to go see her older brother, to go hang out with her niece and her sister-in-law in Texas. But I literally was there 4 hours just to take her, and then I flew right back, jumped on my forums, did our big events, gave some red carpet introductions, and then now here on this track. So it doesn't stop. When the record stops is when you stop.
Ooh, damn, that's powerful right now. When the record stops, you stop. Damn. So when
the most important thing is too. It's like my kids always know they come first. And that was always a big thing for me as being an entrepreneur is like, if I'm in a contract with somebody, I always tell them like, hey, my kids like to come and see what we're doing, whether it's in studio or whether it's on location. Is that okay with you? And when people say no, I'm like, well, then, you don't get me then. Sorry.
Damn. I love it. That's some boss lady stuff right there. Like that's seriously understanding your values, your core values. I mean, it's you set the perimeter, the values. Yeah, you set the precedent. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that sets the tone for the rest of the rest of the ways you're going to be doing business and handling business with either a client or a certain group or individually. Even it even sets an example for your children, because if your children see you as boss lady, as someone with a very strong personality, again, being a single mom, by the way, amen to you. I grew up with a single mom. I love my mom. My mom was the one that planted seeds of entrepreneurship, because she has entrepreneurship in her as well. And I just took it and ran with it because, I knew I wanted more in life. And I'm here, and I'm not done. And I'm not done.
Yeah. You are totally not done.
Oh no, my wheels are
getting started.
Yeah, and I've been going for a while, and now as I'm getting wiser, some of these little gray hairs that I have, that's just wisdom that's kicking in. It's really just starting to really show, because again, in a very short period of time, I'm looking forward to getting to that level of super excitement and just next level stuff. So
it's like what you said, and this is, again, everybody that's listening here today, you have to be looking at somebody else's success to say, this is what I want, or I want to aspire to be, maybe not be like that person, but to learn from their mistakes, to learn from their successes, their failures, all of it encompassed in one, right? Because even to where I'm at right now, and I love how Mauricio puts it, like, this is just the beginning. I see the trajectory, and it's like, it's sweet, but but not to say that I haven't had setbacks, major setbacks either. Like I've had to start over twice already, and rebuild that. But I had to also say to myself and ask myself, like, okay, Jacqueline, are you ready? Can you do this? Because if I don't do this, nobody else is going to do this. So getting back up on the horse after you fall down, it's really important. And, that's something that my kids also have seen through the success that I'm building even today. They saw me regroup, go back to school, get a degree. And then they even see me today. Like now I'm a part of the project management program for Cornell University. So being able to do that and do all the projects that are, included in your university, education and building and growing yourself, never stop growing. Like, believe it or not, reading a book a week, if you could manage to read a book a week or do audiobook, like those things are so important to you being able to be a chameleon and to make those pivots when you're supposed to.
That's right. I'm already out of breath just listening to you already. It's like I did an exercise, a workout already here with you. This is it's just because really what it is, it's a mental workout. You've hit certain parts of my brain and triggered a lot of excitement, a lot of the endorphins that are just exciting that we trigger as entrepreneurs. I mean, it's we're constantly go. Why? Because we just want more out of life. I mean, we're only here once. Might as well live it to the fullest. And that sounds like such a cliche, but it's the fact. It's the truth. I mean, like I said, I'm not. I got to give credit to my team as well, and for and also the people that I have surrounded myself with. It gets to a point, when we're young, we surround ourselves with everybody, and we don't realize that some people can be energy suckers, and they can drain us from a lot of great things, and that's okay, because that's part of life as well. Because what we're able to do is we're able to go from A to Z in a much shorter period, go A to Z in just a more compressed time. And how? Because we've learned through our experiences, we've learned through mistakes, our own mistakes, and we've also learned from others' mistakes. You pointed that out. So that's why I'm telling you this in the M3 linked meetings, it feels like it's business speed dating, because everyone is compressed time. You know that you're not there to bullshit and waste any time. You're there to handle business, because business time is money, and we know that we don't got time to be wasting in there. And it's not about chit chatting and, oh, hey, by the way, like start asking any personal questions. You keep that shit outside. We're here to handle business.
For purpose.
Yeah,
I am so on purpose in that room.
You so super are. You are super on purpose.
It goes to what you said before, like taking that time, like looking for opportunities. Like when you get that moment to take a breath, to actually listen to other opportunities that are out there, you're like, holy moly, this stuff is some good stuff. I want to attach myself to that, right? Yeah. But how do you know if you don't go to these type of things that are going to allow opportunity to manifest itself right before your eyes? Because preparation meets opportunity, right? Yes. Okay. So that's what that's about. It's about you taking an intentional time out of your day to intentionally go and create new innovation and create new quality connections, cross-pollinate some serious resources, and just, really expand your own influential reach, So that's what it's all about.
Hey, if I didn't have that opportunity, if you didn't give me that opportunity to be on your show or on your platform, and then realize after we had a conversation, all the different things that I'm involved in, the opportunity of being on a podcast where multiple billionaires, not just a few, but multiple billionaires have been on, and the reputation and the association that will come with that. I'm very blessed, and I'm very grateful that you extended that to me, and that they ran with it as well. So I'm excited to be there, because why? Because it just helps keep continually growing and climbing up that trajectory that I've envisioned and that I've thrown out for myself. So again, I'm looking at my list of questions here, and I'm going to skip number 3 because the question was, how do you balance work and family life? And I'm like, and how important is your family? Well, you've already answered all of that. and your balance seems to be very intertwined. So
yes.
if there's no family at the gig, there's no me. So we already know that. That's pretty hardcore. So hey, got to give it that to you. But let me segue though. What advice would you give to an upcoming young entrepreneur wanting to get into the consulting arena, or being an entrepreneur, or being a boss lady like you? Because you know what, I admire that strong personality that women out there, women entrepreneurs have, because one, it's sexy, and I mean sexy in a good way. Like, 2, it's yeah, no. Having a strong personality and being able to command presence, command a room, to direct and be able to move and to influence, that's a very that's an attraction. That's like, man, that's I wish there was more of even men out there that can do that, because there's some soft guys out there, and and they're learning, and I hope that they can, and I mean soft in personality. I love all people. I just want to make sure that, guys, we need some of our men to grow some backbones out there and really take it to the next level, and then women out there as well to take it to the next level. But that only happens with women like you to share. I don't want to call it the secrets, because it's not really any secret. No. It's not right. It's not a secret. You just handle it. You just do what it has. You make no excuse and no apologies. You just do it. You get it done. So what advice would you give out to the up and coming women leaders, entrepreneurs, millionaire women, whatever? What do you share?
I think for me, it's about, also a big part of it, it's about being fair, right? So being fair to yourself, but being fair to the people that you're working with too, and really being able to adapt. There's going to be a lot of things that are, if you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're young, you're going to have to learn a lot of skill sets really quick on how to deal with people, how to network, and how to build those relationships that are going to matter for your business now and for generations to come, And so being able to do that, you definitely have to build those and establish those relationships. You definitely have to have some center ground in regards to who you're looking up to, for advice. Because here's the one thing that I know that I can go out there and make those mistakes and try to figure things out, something that might take me 6 months. If I look to Mauricio and I ask him for advice, like, hey, I'm dealing with this challenge. What do you think? Have you ever come across this before? No, I haven't, but I know so-and-so has. Let me put you in connection with them and see what their answer is. Yeah. Or Mauricio says, I got you, because this is exactly what happened to me. Here's how I handled it. Maybe you handle it differently, but this is my experience with that particular project problem, and you are able to take that advice, and whether you use it or not, but you're able to take it and learn from other people's mistakes in a 1-hour conversation, or jumping on Mauricio's show every Wednesday. And
there you go. Look at you. I love it.
Like, seriously, drop your questions in the chat box. You're learning. Get that information right now, because a smart person learns from their mistakes, but a smarter person learns from other people's mistakes, and you have that right now upfront and personal by having that personal connection with Mauricio. He is so open and willing to really share that information, because he doesn't want anybody to make those mistakes that he's made. He doesn't want to see you fail the way that, some failures might have taken him, out to the ocean, into the deep end, Yeah. So definitely.
Luckily, I'm a good swimmer.
Definitely. I would say you have to have some ground on who you're looking to. And that person who you're looking to, they definitely have to have what you want and where you aspire to be, because they can't be your friend that you grew up with that has the same things that you have and the same ideas that you have, because you need to be able to grow and learn from other people's mistakes and experiences, right? That's first and foremost that I would say. But also, I think as entrepreneurs, sometimes we run ourselves ragged and we say yes to everything.
Ooh.
And what I've learned is to say yes to what fits me, you know? And I've learned along the way, because sometimes saying yes to everything has gotten me to where I want to be, but the whole long way around, you know? So being able to say, where do I want to be at in 5 years? What do I want to look like as an entrepreneur and as a leader? And once I have figured that out and I've written it down, then I say, okay, what is the formula that is going to get me to that? And then I start looking, who has what I want? And then I start looking to the Mauricios of the world. I start looking to, you know, all these different people that have been iconic in my life decisions and business decisions and navigation. And I say, okay, that's where I want to be. I'm going to follow what they're doing. And if it doesn't fit for the direction that I want to go in, then I just kind of switch it up and change it to my personality or change it to my situation, you know?
Yeah.
So
you got, and we got to just handle it. Just got to handle it, you know? And, you know, I agree. And that's similar advice that I give to up and coming entrepreneurs right now. Again, this is why I know, Jacqueline, we're going to do some successful things. I'm looking forward to building, and we didn't talk about it, but you built groups up to 10,000 people in a group. So,
yes.
So you have that experience. And I told you, I said, I want to build a massive group of entrepreneurs, strong-minded young individuals. Why? Because why not? Let's help them rise and get to that next level. And you have that experience. So I got to go to the subject matter expert over here. And we're gonna build this room of a bunch of 10,000 sharks, you know, baby sharks, and we're gonna groom them to be, you know, to become big sharks and to navigate through this crazy world and do successful things and make a bigger impact on this planet. So amazing what you've shared tonight, and thank you for opening up and sharing some of your personal stuff. I still can't believe it, you know, that you got 5 children, you look at the way you look.
I'm a grandma.
And you're a grandma. I'm like, whoa, like, damn, you must get hit by a lot of young boys. So, or young guys. I'm like, I'm again, don't blush. I'm just keeping it real 100 here because, you know, again, there's just all that good stuff. So, anyways, thank you again for taking time tonight out of your busy schedule. I just appreciate the fact that you have so much to share, and we can go on for hours. I mean, trust me, you and I can probably crush another hour just talking about business and experiences. But let me ask, if people want to reach out, I want to put it on the chat, and you can put it in the chat too. But how can they reach out to you? Is there on social media? How can they reach out, or is there a website where people can, you know, something that we can just channel all the requests, or, you know, people that want to maybe reach out and get some consulting or so forth? How do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, exactly. I can give you my email address and you can email me directly, or you can go to our website in regards to the M3 Linked platform. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a leader, if you're a business owner, if you're an innovator, and if you're somebody that aspires to surround yourself with people like that, and you're looking to really cross-pollinate some resources, then you definitely want to jump on the platform of M3 Linked. Give me your bio and let me set the stage for you by rolling out the red carpet and introduction for you. Bringing down those barriers and getting people to want to hear what you have to say, and really dropping that barrier down to hear every single word that you say and to hold on to it like gold. So we'll go ahead and drop that. I don't see where I can.
Well, I'm going to put it for you. So give me the M3 Linked website. What's the website?
So it's going to be www.connect with, so CONNECTWITH with JH.com.
And that's okay. All right. And does that? So this looks like it's your personal one. Do you have one for the M3 Linked, or you just want to direct it out to you?
That's the M3 Linked one.
All right, connect with JH. All right, to me it looks like connects with Jacqueline Hernandez, but hey, whatever.
So
is there something you haven't told me about here? You know,
connect with JH. Yeah. No, so that's my personal link that links to the main website. So, but definitely go on there. There's a place to register. Everybody's invited. come onto our platform, and the instructions will be in there. Once you register for the event, you'll get our virtual link. And if you have any questions, my email will go out to you, so you'll be able to connect with me directly as well. Okay.
Super awesome, awesome. I'm looking forward to coming back on your platform and sharing more stories. I'm looking forward to having some more great conversations, and I'm super looking forward to having you here in this office with us, because this is a mastermind office. This is a mind of big thinkers. No one is allowed in here if they have small dreams or small thoughts. We want big thinkers, big dreamers
we're big
here.
thoughts. We're all big thoughts. Team big thoughts.
there you go. We want to do big things here. We want to make a big impact, not only here locally in our own regions, but we want to make a global impact on everything that we do. So, Jacqueline, I got to tell you, thank you so much again from the bottom of my heart. I'm looking forward to working with you and your team, which is you and you and you. So, and I'm looking forward to building a massive organization with the help of Ricky. Us three are gonna seriously sit down and build a massive team, and I want you to be a part of it, because I love that experience and that energy, and we got some great things. And then, by the way, thank you for taking time away. I don't know if any of your kids are coloring underneath there with you, but thank you for taking the time and breaking away from the family. I know that's obviously you just by showing it tonight and sharing it. How passionate and how much love you got for your children. Congratulations, too, on being a grandma. Damn.
Thank you. I love it. Oh, my gosh. What's my biggest success as an entrepreneur? Being a grandma.
Really? Wow. All right.
Grandma.
Well, then, hey, I look forward to seeing you soon. Let's connect after the show. And thank you again. Have a wonderful evening, Jacqueline. Any last words before we hop off here?
The only thing I want to leave you guys with is just go out there and, really make things happen and shake things up for yourself. Nobody's going to give you what you want. You got to go out there and get it, And I would say start by designing your life, because I have, had to start over a couple times in my life. And when I had to do that start over point, I was like, okay, this is exciting. I get to redesign my life now. What do I want it to look like moving forward?
There you go.
Don't look at it as a setup. Look at it as a setback. Look at it as a setup for a huge, massive comeback. So
there you go. It's great that you say that, because I say that about 2020. Don't look at it as a setback. Look at it as a setup, because 2021 is I call it it's a minor setup as well. But 2022 is the super explosive, boom, roaring 20s coming. So, all right. Well, thank you so much again. And, we'll catch up after the show, and appreciate you, and look forward to doing some amazing and great things with you, Jacqueline. Thank you so much again.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Wow, what an amazing show tonight. What an amazing guest. What an amazing human being. Jacqueline Hernandez. I'm looking forward to doing some great things with her and building a major organization with my boy, Ricky Cucalon, who is an amazing human being as well. And we're looking forward to working all together. It's Mauricio Mejia Live every Wednesday is how we do it. By the way, my special delivery, my girl Nancy Rosales. Nancy, I don't got any headsets for you, but you want to come around and show your face on camera really quick? Or
no, I need lipstick.
Anyways, thank you so much for bringing the Pepitos Paletas. We do we get a sample? Do you want me to show a sample here on camera? Like, hello, like, where's the marketing in you? Anyways, while I do that, I want to thank everyone again for watching tonight. All the great people. As always, my mom, my number one fan. She's always on here, doesn't miss the show. We had Jamie Ariola on here, Maribel Ortega in the house. We had my boy Eric Wiederman. We had my boy Ricky in the house. And who else do we have in here? Henry Chu. Let me see the box.
This is the Africa tour, Pepito's World Tour just ended. So this is the last box.
Oh, yeah. So the last one here just landed right here, guys. By the way, it's boom. Let's get it. Pepito's Paletas. I love the box and everything. I don't know why you bring me the box here. I want to pop this thing open.
It's the tour.
It's the tour. No. It's all closed. We need to open this thing up. Anyways, so we got here. All right. We got the coconut lavender. Ooh, that looks good. All right, that's the vegan. We got the I don't have my glasses, and you make me put my glasses on over here. We got the white chocolate and rose.
That was my favorite.
All right, here we go, and we got the mint and lemon. Oh my God, that sounds really good.
Really sexy.
And then the peaches and lemon. Oh, damn, this is some serious stuff. And this is the Africa tour. Now tell me, why is it called the Africa tour? I mean,
because we already went to Spain, Paris, Rome. We went to Australia. We've been everywhere. And you had a box. You get a box every other.
Well, I don't get my boxes regular. I get gypped over here. So this is what they come in. But yeah, I gotta call you out on that. All right, here we go.
That's the lemon mint.
Oh my God.
And you put some tahini on it. Done and done.
Oh my God, that's off the hook. I'm gonna have to put this on the side really quick because I need to finish my show.
Oh yeah.
Man, that is bomb. Anyways, guys, I want to thank everyone that joined me tonight. Next week, I'm bringing on a influence coach. Now you're wondering what's an influence coach? Well, tune in next Wednesday, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East. He goes by the name of Michael Aguilar. And I've had some very great conversations with this gentleman, and I can say that there's a cool acquaintanceship there, and if I don't even know if that's a word, but anyway, it's good conversation, it's good vibes, it stimulates certain parts of my brain, and he gets to talk, he's going to be talking about NLP, which is neuro linguistics programming. And so I'm excited to have him on the show next week and sharing his journey as well. So again, guys, thank you so much for being on the show, for representing toda la gente que está allá, que me escuchan all around the world. Oh, by the way, can't forget, July 29th, I am in Monterrey, Mexico. I'm actually kicking off my my book tour. I'm going with my friend Ricky out there. I'm going to be speaking in front of 5,000 people, young entrepreneurs. So excited about that. So anyways, we're going to save that for next week's show. Thank you so much, everybody. Love you guys. Make sure follow me on my Instagram at Mauricio Mejia. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on my Facebook channel. If you're not on this, you're watching. So look me up on Facebook as well. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to seeing you guys next week.